we help you build and grow your dream practice and work with the clients you love. We're Kate and Katie from the Private Practice Startup, and Level Up is all about us answering your most burning questions, all about private practice. So before we dive into today's topic, our question today comes from Denise Lee, and Denise wants to know, what questions and what things should I be asking a virtual assistant in an interview? Really great question.
Great question, and we'll dive right into that. But first, we want to say thank you to TherapyNotes for sponsoring this series and being such a great support to Startup Nation. And you can take advantage of their offer for 2 months for free with their EHR and telehealth platform by going to therapynotes.com using code PPS as in Private Practice Startup. So let's dive in. This is a really good question, and we love that you are thinking about hiring a VA, whether it's a virtual assistant or an actual in-office assistant. I know right now we're in the middle of the pandemic with COVID, and everything is pretty much virtual for the most part. So for those of you listening, you may be thinking about leveraging, the opportunity to have a VA helping you with different areas. So let's think about some of the important questions to ask. First and foremost, Katie and I would recommend that you sit down and really think about getting organized in terms of what your needs are. It's helpful to have a job description. It's helpful to have tasks, responsibilities, objectives, and to really get clear on what are the tasks that you want to outsource to someone that are very time consuming for you. Maybe they're really repetitive and you don't mind doing them, but they're easy for somebody else to do, or the tasks that you absolutely cannot stand. Those are the first places to start in terms of outsourcing them to a VA. So get clear on that first. And then you want to be able to ask your potential candidates for the position what their strengths are, what their skill set is, what their limitations are, what is their superpower? I know, Katie, I don't know if you want to share the story about our VA, and we discovered after years of working with her about her superpower.
Yeah, so our VA is Ruth, and she actually lives in Kenya, Africa. So we've been working with her for several years, and she's
love her.
Yes, a pure joy, radiant being. She just is amazing. And interestingly enough, is one of the things like Kate talks about your superpower, but I think it's also important to talk about what does your team members, doesn't matter if they're VA or not, what do they loathe, what are they not good at? But Ruth's superpower, we found out she actually is an accountant and she loves creating reports. And that's a place that Kate and I, we know that we love it. We love to look at the numbers and understand, because the numbers really predict and help you decide to do what's next in your business, but we weren't having time collecting all the data. Well, she created us the most amazing reports with graphs and a video and suggestions. So it's really important to ask, like, what do they love and what do they not love? So that's one thing that you want to ask. Another thing, if you understand the DISC profile, that's really helpful. Usually a virtual assistant, depending on what they do, are going to be an S or C, or a little bit of both. S stands for steady and C stands for compliance. You want someone who is super detail oriented. One of the best things about our VA is sometimes we fall off the tracks, and she actually reminds us and keeps us right on the track. And she is amazing at that. And we so appreciate her for that. Another thing that Kate and I highly, highly recommend is putting your virtual assistant to the test. Get examples. Are they going to be doing blog writing? Are they going to be answering your phone? Do role plays with them. Really put them to the test so you can see the quality of the work and what they do. It's really frustrating hiring someone to do blog writing and they don't even like to write blogs, and then you're spending all this time and energy trying to train them and teach them on what to do. So ask for those things right up front. It's really helpful to decide then, who's a good fit and who's not.
Yeah, and it's helpful to be able to actually have them, if, for example, you want to have them write blogs, then your top contenders, you would have them submit a sample blog. And that could inform your decision about who is going to be the best fit. Or as you're doing the role plays and if you know your VA or assistant is going to help with managing the calls coming into your office, you want to really have them nail that. So one of the opportunities one of the resources that we have is our client converting call script. That's something that I have trained my assistant. She's our client care coordinator. She uses the call script and she has a great ability to be able to convert those potential clients into actual clients and to refer to the group practice. So there's a lot of resources and a lot of great tools and tips that you can use as you're interviewing your assistant and VA and then starting that working relationship with them. And sometimes you can have more than one person too, because if you find that this person is excellent in this area, you can give them a limited amount of time during the week, a certain amount of hours, and you could find someone else who's great in another area. So there's all sorts of possibilities there.
Yeah. And another thing too is Kate and I are huge on branding, vision, mission, and culture. One of the things in the questions that you want to ask, if you have a clear vision, mission, culture in your company, is really ask them what they think. How do they see themselves fitting in? I know that when I used to run programs, I also incorporated the team in the interview process. So is this person going to be working with someone side by side? You also want to make sure that team member, really likes this person, feels comfortable, and that they're going to get along. So I know, Denise, that you were asking more for a specific question, but we're giving you like a well-rounded view of all the different things to really look at, and really that experience and them showing you the work is way more important than them actually kind of telling you what they do. So I hope this is helpful. Kate, any other final thoughts?
No, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have additional questions you want us to answer in our Level Up series, look for the Ask Us post. It comes out every Tuesday in our Facebook group, and we would love to be able to answer your questions there. In the meantime, you guys got this. Stay inspired, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody.